Hi and welcome to Prosoftware's CRM system. Now let's see how fast and effective Prosoftware CRM really is in comparison to any other software system in the world. Now I'm just going to give you a quick overview of what we can see here before I actually give you a demonstration. Now along the top, these things here are basically added from here, which is all of the different softwares that Prosoftware includes. So you can see just at a glance that Prosoftware is the most expansive software system in the world, but you'll also see how easy it is to use. Now, the fact that we've built all of these softwares ourselves very simply ensures that all of the technical requirements to utilize such softwares together are instantaneously removed because they're being built by one company. So what I'm seeing here is there's no requirement for API connections and so forth. You simply click what you want and your interface either expands or reduces. Now you can see also what I've starred here. These are the things that are actually at the top menu here because they're the things that I use every day. So that's why I've placed them at the top, so I don't have to actually even open this menu bar and just simply click them and get on with the work that I want doing. Now again here we've got other quick access. For example, here we've got live chat. So if somebody comes onto your website, requests a chat, or a client from their account, the mobile, requests a live chat, and then by clicking, that's all I do to switch it on. It'll instantaneously tell me that somebody's on the website, and then I can simply click it and start chatting. You can place your files and create your folders and so forth in here, and you can also set access security levels as to who can view and access and download. This here is just giving you something similar to your Outlook, where you can actually see the last email that you've sent. So I'll just click that and show you, or of course the last emails you received, the same with SMSs. This is just a quick add for your manager settings, but rather than going into manager settings, these are just quick things. You want to add a client, add a prospect, send a quick email or SMS or whatever, you can just click and go to it straight from here. This is where you can obviously contact ourselves, contact account managers and so forth, or of course view the videos that we've created just so you can see how to do certain things within the software without having to contact us. And this is the manager settings, realistically, where you'd set your business up. So this is where you set all your preferences, but very simple indeed. You learn how to do one, you can do them all. So whether that's you're learning how to add the products into the system that you want to sell or hire, or you want to add staff into the system, it's always the same. You create the group and then you create the items, but clicking any of these here, it'll just take you straight to it rather than going into general, which will give you all your options and preferences for setting up your business. And the last thing here, this is the owner account settings. So this is where you can access security and so forth. But let's move on from there now. So straight away in front of us, you can see we're on prospects, and instantaneously I've got all of the information that I need in front of me to be able to do something with. So as you can see, business name, first name, last name, email address, mobile, telephone number, and of course they are sortable A to Z. You simply click them. The status of the communications, so I can see where they're actually at. As you can see here, email sent, they're in discussions, call them back, or very simple indeed, and you can add these statuses yourself in the manager settings, and then they'll appear in that drop down box. Here again, it's who is assigned to that specific prospect, so which worker. And again, once you add the workers to your system, then they'll automatically show up in here. Here we can see if they're involved in a deal or not, and I can actually also see what's been going on within the deal. And if I click here, it'll take me straight into that deal, but I'll not do that now. Same with notes. I can see notes, I can add them, attach documents, I can click and instantly view documents. This is if I want to send them a quick email or a quick SMS from here, but again, I'll show you that a little bit further. And here's if I want to go into this specific contacts profile where I can literally see every single interaction that's occurred and all the information I need to access on that prospect. But what I'm going to do firstly, I'm going to show you how simple it is to do filter. So as an example, we were at the Northeast Expo recently. So if I click show by filter, and if I want to see everybody who's at the Northeast Expo, there I can see it there now. Start typing in, it pops up, click that and filter. And what it does, you see instantaneously, it shows me all of the prospects that we met at the Northeast Expo. So again, if I want to check the notes, I want to send an email or SMS or whatever, but I'll just take you into there just to show you there's the tag. Now again, I'm not getting into it too much, but you'll be able to see you can do some tremendous things with Prosoftware. For example, if it was in contact form and I put that tag onto that contact form and anyone uses that contact form, it'll immediately populate that tag and add them to that list here. So for your lead pages and your contact forms or squeeze pages or newsletters and whatever else, it'll automatically do that for you. But again, as I say, I'm not going into that now. But as you can see here, we've got prospects, clients and partners, but depending on your industry type, it could be employers, it could be applicants and so forth. You simply just change the name of this in the manager settings and it'll instantaneously throughout the whole of the system, it'll change that across. And of course, within the profiles as well, you'll see when we're going to there, you can add your own industry custom fields and so forth, so that you can make them perfect and specific for your industry type. Did a filter, I just want to show you it's exactly the same in clients. Obviously, you do get slight differences if you're prospecting for someone, or of course they've already purchased from your business. But as you can see here with these clients, as an example, if I was to just click that, it would automatically select them all. As you can see, the actions box pops up. Let's say I just want to deselect these two because I don't want to do anything with them. But by clicking actions, I can instantaneously send them all an email. It'll pop them into a list. I'll write my email or select one of the emails I've already created and click and send, and off it goes. It really is as simple as that. I can add them to a deal, send them an SMS, book them into an event, book them into a course. I can add them, add a note to each of them. I can remove the tags from these. So for example, that tag was no longer relevant. And of course I could add a tag to each of these again with one single click. If I'm running certain campaigns like newsletters and so forth, or exactly the same drip campaigns with SMSs so that they receive an SMS from us every couple of days, and again I simply click that, they'll all go into that list, and then automatically I'd attach them to that campaign group, and every couple of days it would pop that out. I can pop on a reminder for them. I can also set a task if the task was the same for all of them. Of course I can simply archive them if we're not getting any joy with them at all, or I can completely remove them from the system. But I'm just going to give you an example here. So let's say I'm going to send them an email. All of those, you can see I simply click email. There they are, they're automatically attached. Pop in my email subject, pop in what I'm going to do. So I design my email. Once it's done, click and send the email, and instantaneously it'll send off that email to all of those clients. So as you saw there, very fast, very effective indeed. But going back to this menu here, let's say for example I want to call this person. If I've got Skype, for example, on my system, I'm going to have to be careful here so it doesn't call the person. But as you see, if I actually click the telephone number here, what it will do is automatically start that call in Skype, but I'll just cancel that immediately. Obviously, they'll be wondering why I'm calling on a Sunday. Same again with the worker. If I was to actually change the worker assigned to this person, then each worker has their own login. So if I want to set my business up so that each worker only gets to see those prospects, those clients, those partners, or whatever it may be, applicants or whatever, who are assigned to them, then when I log in my system, that is all I'll see. I'll only see those prospects or applicants or that are assigned to me. As I said before, here's the notes. So let's have a quick look at that. You can see the notes here. So here's the notes at date and time, so I can instantaneously see exactly what's been going on or what notes have been left. If I'm to leave a new note, then obviously I'll just select myself, write my note, attach a document. I want to attach a document and submit, and that would automatically be added to the list there. Exactly the same if I was going to be sending an SMS or an email. So as you can see here, it's an email at the top, but if I change it, it'll be mobile. Now, an interesting point here is, let's say, for example, I've got 2 or 3 contacts from that one business, then those contacts will automatically be shown in here, so I can select which one I want to email. Now, of course, every worker has their own email and that also have their own signature, but when they log in through their own system, then naturally it'll utilize their email. It'll naturally utilize their signature. However, if the business also itself has different departments, branches, or in actual fact it runs different businesses from one system, then again I can just simply from the email, well, have a drop down, it'll give me the choice of which from I want to send it from. But as you can see here, CC, what's the subject line, attach documents, want attach documents, write my email, submit, and instantaneously off it goes. And it's exactly the same with mobile. As you can see there, I simply enter in the message that I want to send out, click submit, and off it goes. And another important point to note with Prosoftware is every single interaction with the client is instantaneously saved within the history, so that if I've ever got a question on any single prospect, client, partner, affiliate, or whoever, I can very simply just go to their profile and I'll see every single interaction. So whether that is, a like, follow, tweet, message, SMS, email, live chat, purchase, whatever's gone on, it's all been instantaneously saved, dated and timed in perfect order so that I can see the full history, as I say, of what's been going on with our client. So very effective indeed, because I could send out an email to that client, he could respond to me with an SMS, I could respond with an SMS, he responds back with an email. Basically, it'll simply just place it in the right order so I can see date and timed, which method is being used and exactly what has gone on. Okay, I'll not go into that any further. So that was the email and SMS. So what I want to do is, just before I take you to profile, I'm just going to give you an example, for example, of one of the deals. So you can see here, we've actually got this prospect involved in the deal. So I can see the deal, how far through the deal they are at that moment in time, what is the value of that deal. And if I want to actually go and specifically look into that deal in detail, I simply just click here, instantaneously takes me through to that deal. And I can see within that pipe line here, I can see exactly where they are, what's still to be completed. And again, I'm not going into any detail here, so I can set how many days or weeks or whatever each process should be completed by. And if it's not completed, the system will automatically give you an alert to let you know that. So you can see there's a system activity going on here on Friday the 26th at 2 o'clock, and depending on what it is, I can also have that automatically pushed into the business diary so that everyone else can see exactly what I'm doing or what's going on. And I can also have it pushed, for example, to my Google Diary. Maybe I want to mix my personal appointments together with my professional appointments just to make sure there's nothing overlapping. Then again, by simply connecting my Google Diary within the manager settings here, it'll automatically do that for me. If I want to add activities, by simply clicking that, I select the activity type. So let's say, for example, I want to select a meeting, and you see it automatically expands. Okay, what's the activity meeting? So let's say it was a Costa catch-up. I'm just going to pop that in there. Who's actually involved in the meeting? So let's say it's myself, Assi, and Stephen. What that will do is it'll update all of those diaries and book all of us out and check and just make sure that we're all free. What's the duration? All very simple English. If I want to inform the client by email of the meeting, I'd simply click that. It will send out also a nice little file that they just need to click, and it'll update whatever diary it is that they use. And for myself, if I want to update my own personal Google Calendar, again, I'd simply click that. So what was the time and date of the meeting? So let's say it's on the 24th and it's at 11 o'clock. Enter in my notes, but let's say I want a reminder as well to be sent out. So again, I'll just simply click that. I want an email and I want an SMS, and I want to send out, say, 15 minutes before. By submitting that, it will inform and update all of those at once, and it'll also add that here onto this deal. But I'm not going to do that now, obviously, because otherwise it will send stuff out. So I better not do that. So I'll just close that right now. Let's say something changes within this activity. It's exactly the same. I can simply go in, make the edits, submit, and it'll automatically update and change that. Or of course, if I want to delete it. Here's if I want to add any specific notes, of course, to this this specific deal. So if I add the notes, they'll simply date it and time show here. The logs, now here you can see every single activity that's gone on, any single update that's been done here. It'll automatically, for security reasons and other reasons, obviously, we just keep a log of that. Now, if I want to update the deal itself, be it the value or when the deal should be closed by or whatever, again, I just simply click edit and I can change those details here, where the referral came in from or whatever that may be. Now, going down here, you can see when did it actually start, when is it expected to close, are they actually an affiliate of ours? And again, you'd add the affiliates in your system and it would be a drop down, you'd select it and it would simply show here. And it's exactly the same again with referrals. And of course, referrals, there's also the opportunity of, passing on a form of income to the referrer, the referred, both or none, but in this case, it's not applicable. If I wanted to add an extra contact to the deal, so as you can see, I've got 2 contacts within the deal here. If I wanted to add an extra contact, then I can simply just tick it in there, start searching for the contact, the pop-up, simply click that person, Again, I'll not do that now, but that automatically be added to the deal. Again, here, if I wanted to email or SMS, again, I can do that directly from here. If I want to go directly into the profile for more information or remove that person, it's as simple as that. It's done. If I enter any products or services or whatever within the system, then here I can add them automatically. So rather than actually putting in a deal value for whatever it is and typing it out, of course you can do that. But if it is something you offer, then you select what it is, it's a service, and then again it'll show me my groups and it'll show me the different services and whatever the cost attached to that is by my selection of putting that into the deal. Again, I'll not do that now, but it'll automatically increase the deal value in there, so it'll add the two together. This will actually take to the pipeline itself, and of course, did I win, lose the deal? Do I want to duplicate the deal? If that deal I'm offering to other prospects, I don't want them involved because it's not the same deal, it would obviously duplicate this, then I would add which contact was within there, or of course delete. All right, I'm going to take you to the pipeline just so you can have a little bit of a peek at that. So as you can see with the pipeline here, it's telling me these are all in red, so they need to be addressed, something needs to be done. I can see how long there's been no activity within here. As you can see, 10 days on these. I mean, obviously because this system we're just playing around with, so you can see they've all been moved to that specific date. But it's given me an instant what's going on. You know, is there an expected close date that's actually in there? What's the deal value? Who's actually within that deal? As I say, you see everything. And if I was to grab that and move it into the next stage, you can see delete it, won, lost, or simply move. And of course, if there's a deal value, it'll add those deal values so you can see at what stage how much of value is actually set up at each stage. But again, we haven't really set any values in these examples here, but it tells you how many deals are in, and if there was a deal value, it would obviously just calculate those together. By clicking onto here, I can edit the deal. I can add an activity exactly the same as I could if I go in and actually view it, which is exactly where I was before. I can add a note. And just to show you that example, if I was to click view, then it takes me straight back and I can go into that specific deal, what's going on behind the scenes. I'm just going to go back here a moment. So as you can see, I'm on client and I'm on pipeline. And now within client and pipeline, I can also set tasks. So let's say I'm a business coach, I'm a business mentor, I'm a business consultant, and so forth. On the different tasks that I can set within this system, if I've got a course, online training, you know, some form of coaching or whatever else going on, then it's automatically going to show that in there. If there's an event, as you can see here, or just a general task. And if I actually set that, it'll show up directly within the prospect stroke clients logins. So whether they're on their desktop, their tablet, their mobile, or whatever, it's automatically going to pop up as an alert and show them that you've sent them a specific task to do. But all very simplistic. If you say, well, okay, you know, I want to set a task on online training, you know, who is the task for? So you search for that person. Let's say it's this person here, for example, Neil McIntyre, which is the worker who is actually setting the task. Neil, actually I better do something that's got something in. So you can see here on a course, we've got the Fast Business Development Program, and we've also got that in-house. So again, if I was to set it for there, then it would show up as an alert specifically within that course for the client or prospect or whoever, so they know without even having to read what that alert, that task is on. Now I can set the task and date, so obviously, you know, I just simply select the date, select the time when it's to be done by, give the task a name, put your notes to it. If I want to save it as a reminder, again, very simply the same. Now here, I may want the worker, i.e. whoever's assigned to this person, as well as the client to be informed, you know, the task needing to be completed by, for an example. And again, do I want it on time or, you know, a certain period before? What's also really important and interesting here is we've really thought about all the different ways that you work. So for example, if I was to set them a target within here, I can set a target and I can also give it target numbers. So it could be product sales of X, current, for example, is 100, but I need them to move that up to 120 sales per day, per week, per month, or whatever it is. Then again, I can give it a title, write a little note to that, set them the different targets, and I can set as many as I want within there. they will see that on their side, and once they've actually completed that, then there will be the option for them to also show, well look, this is the target you set me, however this is what I've achieved, and also they can write their notes to you to explain as to how or why they did more or less or whatever that may be. So you can see it's all very simple English, all very fast to do indeed. So I don't want to make this video too long, but the key fact is that no matter what happens, it all happens very fast, very smooth, and very effectively. No matter what digital platform your business is on, basically pro software is everywhere. So if we take, for example, this contact form here, which I've just put together so you can see how much work and time and problems we remove. So imagine, for example, this contact form here. Now, obviously, as I say, it could be squeeze page with videos running or products to purchase and upselling and whatever it may be. I mean, but here I've just done a very simple contact form because I want to show you what happens when you actually fill that out. And that has been actually designed within our website designer. And again, it's just simple. Click and add what you want on your contact form or what kind of form you want it to be. So whether it's a listing for applications like recruitment or renting of properties or whatever it is where an application must be made. And similarly, if it's to sell a product or download my free PDF or whatever it will be, you'll be able to create those very, very simple within the website design form, and then they're instantaneously live. So I'll give you an example here. So as you can see at the moment, there's nothing going on. Somebody comes onto the website, you've obviously direct them to a landing page. So we'll start filling that out. So we'll just call this chap Jack Collins. Let's say his role is an MD. His mobile number 077 628 9898. Telephone number 0191 490 98888. Email address, we'll just put something silly in there so that I can find it and delete it afterwards. So we'll just go qq@qq.com. Message, I'll just put this, apologies, this is a test. Again, just so we can see, I'm just going to open up a browser here. I'm going to go to Prosoftware. If they enter in their details, their Facebook, Twitter, Instagram, whatever it may be, you'll see what happens once that information comes into the system. So I'm just going to go here, specialbusinesses.com as an example, call it ABC Limited, building number 25. We'll just call that Street 1, City, Newcastle, postcode NE1 4DL. We really take care of the perfect workflow. So let's say, for example, if somebody clicks and submits this, you want them to download a document straight away, or you want to email documentation off to them directly. For example, going to attend a course, an event, or some form of training or whatever, and you need to get documentation to them. When you actually create that contact form, it's like, on submit, what do you want us to do? And when they click the submit, it'll exactly do that. So you'll see in a second what happens within the system, but you really can do some tremendous things within here. Now, another point to note is once they actually put information in here, we're instantaneously saving this behind the scenes. So when I actually created this contact form as an example, if I clicked to select what we call a jump off email, if they've popped that information in, I can still have an alert come within the system. I can still instantaneously automatically have that profile connected. I can instantaneously send a message off to a specific member of staff, a specific worker, to contact this person because maybe for whatever reason they've gotten halfway through and they've had to jump off. But if you don't take that opportunity to catch them straight away, maybe they'll go off to a competitor. So what we do is we save this behind the scenes, and if you want to have that information in there, if I close that browser, it would still take all that information, still send out that documentation, still send out an autoresponder, still give me alert in the system, still create the profile, still inform that member staff. So I can literally just set up what do I want to do to save us doing any work and keeping us up to date to the last second. So again, I'm just going to show you. You can see there's nothing going on here. However, as soon as that submit is actually clicked, as you can see, the message was sent. Now look what's happened instantaneously. A new prospect is being created. So the system will give you alerts no matter where you are within the system of exactly what's going on. And all I need to do is click that specific alert. So I'm getting on with my work. I'm making money. So whether I'm cutting hair, I'm doing recruitment, I'm doing accountancy or whatever, and the system will specifically tell you exactly what you need to address, but you never have to leave the system. You don't have to log into your social media. You don't have to go into your Outlook files. You don't have to go to your mobile phones or whatever it may be. It's done all from one interface, which hugely simplifies and which hugely amplifies what you can do in business. So there you go. I can see there's a message come in. I go straight to messages. I'm not sure if you heard that sound, but that was actually an email coming in, because what I did was I said if somebody fills this out or somebody jumps off, I still want an email copy of exactly the information they've actually sent through. And that came straight into my Outlook there as well as within the system. So here, as you can see, the ABC, QQ.com, I can see it's a contact form from the prospecting page, was exactly what this is, the prospecting page, so I can see exactly where this person has come from. So I'm just going to go in and have a look at that information. So as you can see, going into here, I didn't ask for any specific information other than this is a test, but that would have automatically came into here. Now again, it's came in as an email, so I can instantaneously, I can just go into there and start typing away, thanks very much for contacting me, click submit, off it goes, and it's been updated. And don't forget, all of that information is being held, date and timed as exactly what is going on. But what I'm going to do is I'm going to take you now to that profile, and by simply clicking this little man, again, wherever you are, you'll see that there's a link to take you exactly to where you may need to go. And again, I mean, I could respond here by mobile, but I'm just going to go to the profile. I click the profile, and here's all that information. So as you see, all of that information has already been populated for me. Now again, coming down here, I put in, this is a custom field, building number, and again, these are different custom fields that I've added for my industry type. I can add as many of these as I want, and when I create my form, they will automatically be offered within the drop down, so I can simply pop them onto the form to save me having to fill that information out. And as you can see here, wherever they are, if it's telephone number, email or whatever, it automatically pops your link in there. So as you can see, it takes me straight through. I can check out their website, click it, and automatically then it takes me through to Prosoftware, i.e. that was the contacts Facebook page. Alright, well, I don't want to go on any further, but I hope by giving this quick preview of Prosoftware CRM system that you can see no matter what it is that you need to do, it does it very fast and very effectively. And as noted, because of the expanse of the system, there is no other CRM system in the world that reduces the technical requirements of the user quite like Prosoftware, because quite frankly, you simply click and you've got it. It also hugely amplifies what you can do in business, because of course all of these softwares being built by one company, they work together. And again, I haven't showed you in this video, but if I was creating an event as an example, it would literally take me 5 minutes to create that event, create the tickets, and as soon as it's created, with a click of a mouse, I can send it all over the different social media accounts. I can send it, as many emails as I want, literally millions with a click. Same with mobile phones, same with different websites. If I've got, for example, my event, what we call widget on my website, I can simply, within the website designer, click and copy and paste that code into any website, WordPress, Wix, Weebly, custom. I can post it onto any digital forum I want, and that will instantaneously always bring, whether it's new prospects or attendees or whatever it may be, straight into the system. It'll check if the profile already exists. If it doesn't, it'll create a new profile. If it does, then again, it will update that profile, add them to the event or whatever it may be, and it'll still give me an alert to show me what's going on. And as I noted before, send a documentation, or of course, it will also send me emails or CC emails to myself or whoever else I want to receive that information. Well, I hope you've enjoyed listening to me, and I hope that hasn't gone on too long. But please give us a call, and if you want to see anything else in more detail, then we would love to be able to show you how tremendous Prosoftware really is. Thank you. Bye-bye.